What are we talking about today?
It is time to get out of pocket. As a matter of fact, we've already gotten out of pocket backstage. So super excited that you guys are joining us on this Friday. My apologies for yesterday. Things coming up. It's all good. We're back now. It's Friday afternoon. We got a huge show in store for you. We got the Wilkes boys here. Even though we've dispersed a little bit, it's going to be a great time. So without further ado, let's get this thing started. It's time to get out of pocket on this Friday. Just a reminder, we are live, so you guys can be a part of the show. Drop something in the comments, and you get a shout out on air, just like Podcast Smitty did. Said fresh off of recording Quick Hit, so let's chill with MD and the fellas. I guess that makes you guys the fellas, right?
Come on.
We'll have a great show in store. If you guys missed it, the NFL is back. We got the Hall of Fame game back last night, and I got a few thoughts on the Hall of Fame game, but most importantly, these new kickoff rules, guys. What is up? Like, this is not the traditional football I was used to. This may just be an overreaction because I haven't watched an entire full preseason. We've just got less than one game sample size because they had to cut the game short due to thunderstorms. But guys, this new kickoff rule, it's not jiving with me. I mean, there's new onside kick rules. Jackson, from the things you saw last night with the Hall of Fame game, what's going on, buddy?
First of all, I didn't watch the game. So let's go to Austin here because I'm going to have to look it up. Sorry.
Man.
Hey, before we go to Austin, I actually do have footage from the NFL's YouTube channel. We do not own this, but wanted to share what we were using right here. And we'll show Jackson this new kickoff as well as all of our viewers right here. So let's.
But you never know in these preseason games. This one will be returned by Sims. And he's out to the 26, and that is it. We're going to replay it. Bigger rule change as we've seen in the game in a long time. You've got players that are lined up basically 5 yards from each other on the receiving team side of the 50. They're trying to make the kickoff an active, dynamic.
And that is their attempt at making the kickoff active and dynamic. And I will say that was the first kickoff return, and I wish I had more exhilarating, more exciting footage to show you, but that was basically every single kickoff last night during the Hall of Fame game. Austin, after watching that video, like, what's up with the NFL? Like, you and I used to sit around the table, like, talking about football. I don't know if we'll be like talking about kickoffs now.
So honestly, I think I'm in the minority here. I kind of like it. I think kickoff, since they moved the kickoff up from the 25 to the 35, has been very boring. It typically goes out the back of the end zone or it takes a knee, and so returns don't really happen. And it seems like with this, maybe teams will start trying to make sure it gets in that zone to where they can return it and see what happens. I get the idea that XFL was doing it. This is a very it's kind of been pushed because of how boring kickoffs have been for many years now. And so I like them at least trying something different, trying to make the kickoff spicy again, because it like I said, it's been boring. I'm more upset really about the onside kick rules that they've implemented, about having to declare that you're going to do an onside kick, so no more surprise onside kicks. Not a fan of that at all. It really makes that play just so much more of a novelty now, and I just don't think we'll be seeing onside kicks unless it's absolutely a have to. I remember the Saints opening third quarter kickoff in the Super Bowl, and that was such a red herring and coming out of nowhere, and that ended up winning the game, I'm pretty sure. And so I don't know. I'm glad they're trying something different to spice it up, but I wish they weren't changing so much.
Yeah, Jackson, love the shades, by the way.
I appreciate it, brother.
Send me the link
They're the
for
blue light
pair.
glasses. I'd like to be able to sleep properly at 11 p.m. And, I'm up watching all kinds of random stuff we got going on. The Olympics are great. I'm up watching them. Here's my take. It feels like Red Rover, dude. I feel uncomfortable watching these guys run into each other. It's it's not aesthetically pleasing. I'm all for, if it's for player safety, great. That's fine. If we're doing it for player safety, that's awesome. But Austin mentioned the change in onside kickoff. Like that is, you've got to declare it now. We're losing the fun of the game, guys. We're losing the fun of the game. I'm a special teams guy. My favorite team is the South Carolina Gamecocks. Beamer Bowl all the way. We're a special teams team. That's what we excel in. To take part of the game away, the strategic part of coming away with a onside kick when it's not expected, or just having to declare it alone feels un-American to me, dude. It feels awful. It's not football to me. We're getting too political, guys. How about we just keep it how it is? I'm fine with changing the kickoff, but changing onside without being able to come across with a surprise onside, dude, you're never going to see. I mean, the onside conversion rates are going to go down horribly. I mean, we're looking at, I don't know what they are now, maybe 6-8% between there, I'm sure. We're going to go all the way down to 1 to 3. And that's at best, at very, very best. To change it, I just don't agree with that at all.
I mean, to add to Jackson, it's not even that you can't even do a surprise one anymore. You have to be losing to even do one. So you can't be up and do one to be arrogant if you wanted. And it has to be the fourth quarter too. So you can't do, even if you want to do one at halftime to spice things up. And I think it's such a risky play anyway that it should be allowed to be done however, because if you don't win it, they have the ball at the 40-yard line, the 45. And so like, I don't know.
Yeah, this is these are just wild changes. And I get like they're trying something new. Like I'm trying not to be like, oh, this is the way I watched it growing up and everything. But make sure the change is good. And if this change is not good, and we're 2, 3, 4 months into it, I hope they alter it to where it's like, hey, maybe there's a happy medium here. And I can't help but think like Devin Hester is going into the Hall of Fame this year, and Devin Hester is going in the Hall of Fame because of kickoff returns and how electric he was back then. So that begged a question that I wanted to pose to you guys with these weird kickoff rules where, you're not running down the entire length of the field to block or tackle the returner, where you're just setting up and you're trying to kick it in between like the 0 and the 20, and you're trying not to kick it in the back of the end zone. Like all of this stuff, we're going to lose like 100+ yard returns anyways. But do you think Devin Hester, as good of a return man as he was, with the differences in speed with players now, with the difference in kickoff rules, do you think Devin Hester could still be a Hall of Fame caliber player if he played today? Jackson, what would you say?
I think transcendent players do transcendent things. He transcended the kickoff return position, where you've got to kind of have a designated guy to do it that specializes in it. He was so talented. I don't think it would have changed anything at all. And I think off the kickoff, visually, it kind of looks like, there could be more gaps to play than the traditional kickoff. So I'm not completely against. I wouldn't be surprised if we're looking in a few months at more kickoff returns. I'm not sure what the XFL came out with. I don't know what their data was on it. I'd like to see some of that before I make a really informed opinion here. But ignorantly speaking, I wouldn't be surprised if there are a few guys in the league that are better at this than they were the traditional kickoff. And Devin Hester, he was so talented that I think regardless of whatever situation you put him in, you put him on the opposite side of the field and you're kicking it to him, yeah, that dude's going to do special things. That's the way I feel about Hester.
Austin, are you in agreement there?
Yeah, for once, Jackson's actually spitting facts, and
wow,
I agree.
Wow,
I agree. Devin Hester is he is a transgenerational player, and regardless of the rules, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer regardless. And I also really agree with his point that I see more gaps just watching that one clip. That's the first time I've seen it. it seems like the runner is going to be able to pick up speed quicker, one, be able to hit the gaps quicker, and the blocks are going to probably be better than just running at each other and hoping to, at least when I played football, you were just trying to lay each other the heck out. That's what everybody was trying to do on the kickoffs. It wasn't actually trying to make a block. It was trying to lay someone else to make a pancake block, I guess, in a sense. But so I definitely think they'll be able to hit the gaps better. I'm excited to see what the data shows as well, because I do think that kickoffs, ignorant like he said, I think they could be more effective now. My biggest thing, I'm wondering if kickers are going to go to doing sky kicks more to give more time for their defenders to get to the ball, and see how that plays out. I'm curious about that.
Huh.
Just a random thought I had, but I was curious if kickers will try to go for more airtime to be able to let their guys get down there quicker.
Do you think they're going – these sky kicks are interesting. Do you think they're going to aim for a certain corner and try not to kick the ball out of bounds for the team to go up to the 40?
That feels iffy to me, honestly. To kick it that close to the sideline, these guys have crazy talent. And kicking, like punting, it's a completely different game. If they wanted that ball to go off the sideline and to roll down the sideline, there are punters in the league that can do that, not just for it to go out of bounds. Kicking the ball off a tee is a completely different sport. So for them to kick it to a corner and pray, or do, I'm sure that there's a talent curve to it. I'm just not necessarily sure if the talent curve is so big that they can really pinpoint the ball every time. I'm not sure about that.
I agree.
Well, I mean, I'm trying not to, be reminiscent or whatever. Podcast me saying when y'all become unks, you'll reminisce about how good the league was. Reminiscing on times with Austin over at the middle school cafeteria table talking sports. Reminiscing. Days after church with Jackson talking about how bad Seahawks would be, how bad his OKC Thunder would be. And hey, Geno Smith actually might be healthy, this year. He's getting good reports on his health. Jackson, you excited to see your quarterback this year?
Yeah, I'm excited to see Geno sling it, dude. He's no matter what the Madden rankings came out with, I believe Madden rankings are maybe the worst rankings outside of Pro Football Focus's. They both do horrible jobs. But my point is, Geno has actual talent. No matter what you believe he is, no matter what you think that quarterback is, he's a talented player. So going forward this season, man, I'm excited just to watch the Seahawks play out. We've got a new coach. I'm excited. New offense coordinator, new staff. I'm excited to see where we go from here.
Wow. That was a little out of pocket about those Madden ratings, but we'll put a pin on that. We'll talk about these.
Real ball knowers know, Michael. That's all I'm saying. Real ball knowers.
This guy does know ball.
The Madden rankings and the Pro Football Focus rankings are quite literally the most inaccurate you can ever find. To rank a player off of watching a snap when you really don't know what you're looking at it's just ignorance. It's flat out ignorance to come
this
across.
Guy knows ball.
It's horrible. It's horrible. I've studied football since I was 15 years old, watching Nick Saban's breakdowns of too high safety stuff going into match coverage. I mean, we're talking about Ripley's match. I've spent hours learning. Trust me, dude. You can't trust Pro Football Focus. You can't trust those Madden fellas. I'm telling you right here.
Then what ratings would we trust?
I'm not a big fan of rankings. I don't think that's the great way to go. I like to see production, and production isn't always what you think. And I saw on your little notes there, Michael, you had Bobby Wagner, top 10 in the Madden rankings. Bobby Wagner hasn't been a top 10 linebacker in 5 years.
5 years. Yeah.
His legs have been gone for so long. And I get it. Hey, we can love a run stuffing downhill Mike linebacker. But when you're out in space, as we saw with the Rams, as we saw last year in Seattle, when you're playing a 5-1 and he's got to be the Mike and he's got to play that middle field, bro, between the hash, he's not going to be able to do it. He can't keep up. He's slow. So trust me, dude, it's impossible to rank these guys, especially linebackers, off of just tackles and whatever other metric you have. It's not fair to these guys.
You do understand Bobby Wagner had his best career year last year. He had
you're out of your mind, frankly, dude. You didn't watch the game. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, Michael. I love you, buddy. I love you. But I doubt you spent a moment watching a all-22 Seattle Seahawk football game. You didn't. I did. I'm telling you right now, he's slower than a gargoyle, dude. I've never seen someone with feet this slow. He's got stones for feet, man. Stones. He can't move.
But at the same time, to call him like not a top 10 linebacker.
He shouldn't be in the league. He shouldn't be in the league. He can't play. He's not good in pass coverage. He's too small to play well, and he's just, it's not his position. Like he shouldn't be in the league. He can't play in pass coverage. He can't. It's not his ability anymore. He is up there with Luke Kuechly. Him and Luke went back and forth for the best Mike linebacker for a long time. But I'm telling you right now, Bobby has not been that player since he was 28, 29 years old.
And to Shan's point, like his guys A him up on offense. He's talking about the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers might be like the best offensive like team in the NFL.
Wait. I don't want to keep rambling. But they have a genius for a coach. The talent, though, is insane. But they've got quite literally Michael Davis at quarterback. They'll never be great. They'll never be good. They're never going to get anything done, especially if they're going to pay that little tiny fella however much money they want to. He's not going to get it done in the big time. And let's be all honest here. No matter where that Patrick Mahomes guy is playing, that's the best offense. That's the best offense.
This guy knows ball, and I'll go ahead and tell you, if Michael Davis is Brock Purdy, then Bobby Wagner is Will Jarvis coming up the line to break that collarbone. Michael, I'm telling you. Poor fella.
Wow, that was out of pocket, Austin.
Oh, that was super out of pocket.
I mean, with these Madden ratings, like you have to base it off something. Like, and I know with any rating or any list you see, like there will be a slight tip of bias to it. But for people who are like, Dak Prescott's not a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, he was top 5 in these Madden ratings.
I love Dak. Dak's great. Dak is very good. Dak is very underrated. People are really disrespectful towards Dak. And I've told you for a while, Michael, I love Dak's game. Love it. But someone that this is an example, and this is a bad example because I haven't seen all of the Madden rankings. Was Justin Jefferson a 99 overall?
He was at the top of the list.
Whoa. I don't want to hear top of the list. Was he number 1 on the list?
I'll tell you right now, he is number 6 at a 98. He's the first 98 overall.
He's not is there a wide receiver at 99?
Tyreek.
Okay. All right. I'm not even gonna be too mad about that. Tyreek.
It's Tyreek Hill, Trent Williams, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, and Christian McCaffrey at 99.
Trent Williams is fine. Christian McCaffrey, yeah.
Patrick Mahomes.
Where's CeeDee Lamb at?
3.
97, 96, somewhere on there?
He's 96.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, Tyreek's kind of an enigma, dude. He's Steph Curry of football. He is.
I mean, he's got 99 speed. You can't. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that.
He doesn't even have 99 speed, dude. In real life, he's got 110. He's a generational guy. I mean, you could go back and forth. We could talk about Jefferson or Hill. But, dude, he's got the X factor. He's got the ultimate, I'm going to make everything equal. He is the equalizer on a football field because of that speed.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and that's totally true. Tyreek Hill.
Everything I'm saying, Michael, is true. Everything I'm saying, brother, everything I'm saying. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Everything I'm saying is true. Let's be honest.
Everything? Does that cover just today, or does that cover, like, all your appearances?
I would say
you've had some out-of-pocket ones.
Historically, I've been okay. You know what? I will say I was wrong on Herbert. Herbert that one time, I thought he was going to throw like 55. I thought that second year, dude, I thought Herbert was. I thought he was going to go insane.
I was on that boat
Herbert. Too. I'm still a Herbert guy. I think he's probably like the 3rd, 4th best quarterback in the league. He's got so much talent. Oh my gosh,
a lot of talent. I don't know about 3rd and 4th best, but
I'm a talent. Okay, what you got? Allen 2, Mahomes obviously inevitable. Allen 2.
Lamar Jackson exists.
Yeah, Lamar. Yeah, he's and yeah, I guess Lamar. Yeah, you're right. I'm a fan. I love Herbert's game. He's my West Coast Josh Allen, but yeah, I guess you got to put Lamar.
I can agree with that, and I like that statement. I'd probably put him at 4 or 5 myself.
Yeah, I think he's 4 or 5.
Him and Tua are kind of back and forth for me. Honestly, I'm a fan of Tua.
Respect.
He proved me wrong, bro. I thought he was a bum, certified bum, throwing up gang signs on the field, on the ground. I was not a fan of him. But last year, I mean, he had an MVP level season. He made such a comeback. And he proved me wrong on not being able to throw the ball.
I'm a McDaniels guy too, so I'm a big McDaniels guy. I think he's a product of that. I think the contract he just got was a little outrageous, and I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. It's funny when you watch like an angle flip of him throwing it. Obviously, aesthetically, throwing a football left-handed is weird and gross. Let's all be honest. It looks weird. It looks lame. If you're left-handed, come on, get out of here. But watching it at the angle flip inverted, him throwing it right, you're like, oh, he can actually throw a football. You just can't. You don't see left-handed quarterbacks like that. Tua, I got to see more of him, but I probably have him closer to like 10 to 14, 15, somewhere around there. I'm not a big Tua guy at all. I think I'm still not a fan.
Who do you have over him if you have him at 10 to 14?
Dude, I'm going to be honest with you.
Like Kirk Cousins, Stafford, Rodgers?
No, Stafford, yeah. Let me look at
quarterback. What, Jalen Hurts?
No, I'm not a Hurts guy.
Then who do you have over him?
That's what I'm trying to
think. Lawrence, let me look.
I have CJ Stroud over him. I'm a huge CJ Stroud.
I like Stroud.
Off 1 year?
Burrow.
Off 1 year. He's also my
Burrow, Herbert, Prescott.
Burrow, absolutely.
Burrow, Herbert, Prescott, Stafford. I would
Mahomes.
take Rodgers, but I haven't seen him. I would take Stroud. I would take Jordan Love. I would take Lawrence. And then he's probably right after that. I wouldn't take Goff over him. I wouldn't take Murray. Geno's still out there. I don't know.
I'm a big Jared Goff fan.
I got 8 right now. I got 8 that you listed off.
Okay, wait, Michael. Let's go. Wait, let's all
you said Mahomes.
exclusively agree. Mahomes, Jackson, 2. Burrow, 3. Allen, 4. Herbert,
Dak.
are we going Herbert?
Dak,
5, 6 with
I
Herbert.
would put Dak,
6.
but I'm certified Dak hater.
I'm a Dak guy. Stafford, I think Stafford's there. I get it, he's old, but Stafford. And then we got to talk about Rodgers. I understand we didn't see him play last year, but Rodgers, he's got to be up there. I mean, at 40.
I'm not
he's
putting
coming off an
Rodgers
MVP
over
season,
Tua
wasn't
right
he?
now.
Wasn't Rodgers coming off an MVP season before he tore his Achilles?
Yeah.
All right, then I'm going to still give the loser Rodgers. I'm going to give him the bonus there, and then Stroud. I love Stroud. I love Jordan Love's game. Trevor Lawrence. I think he was.
Trevor Lawrence.
I think Lawrence has like a Mahomes level, like not Mahomes level. He's not going to reach that, but I think he's maybe a slight tier down. I think he could be in the Josh Allen area. Josh Allen, he could be that tier below. Obviously, Mahomes, the tier below.
I mean, as long as we can agree that Daniel Jones is probably the worst starting quarterback in the league.
Depends who Minnesota plays. I saw a report.
Give me
that,
JJ McCarthy or Sam Darnold over Daniel Jones. I as a Giants fan, I despise Daniel Jones. I'm so sick of watching that guy be the quarterback of our team. He has made me genuinely. I about want to pull one of our other guests, Matthew Woody. He put out a press statement in our group chat that he is no longer a Cowboys fan, and I'm about ready to put out a press statement that I'm just going to decommission as a Giants fan.
That's some crazy.
I mean,
that's some crazy stuff, brother. I'm not trying to judge, but that is. I mean, I stuck it through the.
I'm not there yet.
Lock Geno era. Let's be honest, bro.
I'm not there yet.
From Wilson to
Geno Smith's a dog, bro. I would rather have Geno Smith over Daniel Jones.
And I knew he was.
I love Geno Smith. When he started for the Giants, loved it.
Dude, I have tweets up before the season came out. That year, I have tweets up of being like, Geno's going to be a dog, guys. Yeah.
Give me Tommy Cutlets over Daniel Jones, bro.
Wow,
at least there's a story. At least there's this love and a hope around the team.
Yeah, he's probably 32.
Hey,
I would take Minshew in with the Raiders, and I'd also like to mention I'd take Stidham with the Broncos before I'd even think about Jones.
That's what I'm saying.
As the worst quarterback, or
I mean as players over him. I think Daniels probably is 31, 32. Like he's going to be the worst starter in the league.
Yeah.
Wow. Like,
now, also, I would like to recruit you just like we're doing on our College Football 25 online dynasty. Boom Broadcasting still doing that giveaway. We're at 350 right now. And once we reach 500, we'll give that
I want to give it.
But I will. I'll gift you this Dallas Cowboys helmet puzzle. But wait. There's 500 pieces with some of your favorites on here. You got Dak. You got Zeke. You got Jason Witten. That's a throwback. Sean Lee.
is it 500 pieces for the 500 months since the Cowboys have touched a Super Bowl? Like,
But wait,
even sniffed one.
But wait, there's mayo. If you act now, we will give you this fluffy Cowboys, fandom teddy bear right
My
here.
dog.
Hey,
I'd let him
hey,
chew it
give
apart in a
Austin
minute.
the 265 pieces. He'll be halfway there. But hey, let's play. I'm sorry, that was rude. But let's talk
know what
about
that means.
quarterbacks again, and let's mention how Will Levis could be a top 20 guys. I think Will Levis is a dog. I think he'll be a dog.
Are you
guys not
kidding?
Will Levis guys?
I mean, I like Will Levis. I want to see more out of him.
Mayo
I really
Monster?
didn't watch Tennessee. I really didn't watch him.
You talking the Mayo Monster?
Mayo
I know
Monster.
he's
I
a
don't get
minute
the
man.
reference.
I seen on Twitter he's a minute man.
Yeah, I've seen he's got, he's repping 8 for a reason, but my thoughts are Daniel Jones at the bottom of the list, and then we're still thinking about, are we going to put Jacoby Brissett above Daniel Jones?
No, I probably wouldn't do that.
See,
Jacoby Brissett would be a really good backup. Like if your quarterback gets hurt,
him or Drake
put
May.
Brissett in there 2 or 3 minutes. That's tough.
May's
Give me
too
Drake
early.
May.
I think May's going to be. I don't want him to play within the first. I think he needs some time. He's got some accuracy concerns. I don't like. I take a lot of the quarterbacks.
I take Tyrod Taylor. He backed him up, and I thought he did a better job. He's a solid game manager, and that Daniel Jones is not even that. He's not even a solid game manager. That's the issue I have with him. If he could be a 8-8, 9-8 guy,
Taylor gets you to 8. He gets you to 8 wins. It don't matter what the team is. He's going to get you 8, and he won't get you any more than that. He won't.
You really
get you any more than 8.
Austin, I have a question. Podcast Me said start Tommy DeVito. Would you rather just go ahead and move to Tommy DeVito, or would you stick with Daniel Jones this year?
I mean, you pay Daniel Jones. You got to stick with him. Look, Tommy DeVito is a great story. The Tommy Cutlets, love it, absolutely do. Hometown hero, I get it. It was a great story, great storyline. It honestly kept me watching the Giants when I had zero reason to watch him. But no, I would absolutely keep Daniel Jones over him. Like, you paid him the money. He's got. You want to think he's got the talent to do it, but
you guys have Drew Lock too, right?
Yeah, I would take Drew Lock over him. He can bomb it. He can at least bomb it.
Yeah, he just doesn't know how to play football. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
He's kind of dumb, if I'm being honest. I mean I'm sure he wouldn't do well on a Wonderlic, but he's Drew Lock. He's talented. He's got the arm, but after that, you really don't have anything. You don't have anything. But plus he beats the Eagles, so you at least get those divisional games.
And we need those, man. With Saquon going, we need those.
Dude, it is tough life to be a Giants fan like Austin Summers.
Have you guys watched Hard Knocks?
I mean, who would watch Hard Knocks with the Giants right now?
Dude, it's hilarious, bro. All it is them asking. All it is like, is Daniel Jones the guy? Can we let Saquon walk? And it's like, dude, if you're still asking if he's the guy after you paid him and it's 5-6 years on now, dude, like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah, I've seen some Twitter clips. I haven't seen the show yet, and I've thought about it a few times. We've all got HBO pretty much. I'm more of a House of the Dragon guy, but I will say,
okay,
Saquon, we're letting him walk. I mean, I'm not a pay a running back guy. Trust me, I'm not. I'm not the pay the running back guy. But when you have Daniel Jones as your quarterback, I get it. You put 160, on 4 on him. You got to have some help. Letting him walk is absurd, and he's got the injury history. But he came back from the injury history and showed that he could still move it. Like, he's still like one of the most balanced one of the most balanced running backs in the league. You got to pay him.
Yeah, I agree. You got to pay him. I'm glad that we got Devin Singletary's replacement. I think Devin Singletary is a solid running back. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's going to go out there.
He's not Saquon.
No, he's not Saquon. I think he is a decent enough replacement. You know what? He'll do great at? Catching Daniel Jones drop-offs. That's what he'll be great at. Yeah. When he dumps it off whenever he can't make a read and nobody's open, Devin Singletary's going to have a career year, I bet.
Now, I do want to pose the question to you guys. Like, we've talked about a lot of quarterbacks, Daniel Jones being towards the bottom of the list, Dak Prescott among those at the top of the list. Depend where you are on the Tua debate. He's near the top / middle of the pack, and we'll let our people in the comments decide on where Tua stands. But there is a team who has a new quarterback, and I genuinely believe they now have the tools to be a playoff team this year. And We saw them last night in the Hall of Fame game after giving DJ Moore an extension, after drafting Rome Odunze first round, just a few picks after they took Caleb Williams, number 1 overall. They have DeAndre Swift now. DeAndre Swift has made an impact on whatever team he's been on, whether that's Detroit, whether that's Philadelphia. They made moves at the trade deadline last year to go get Montez Sweat from Washington, who's a really, really good pass rusher, very underrated. They have their corner.
Not, but okay.
They have their cornerback position set. I genuinely think if Chicago Bears can protect Caleb Williams, the only question is the offensive line. The Chicago Bears could sneak in as a wild card team with this division. Austin, I don't think I'm out of pocket for that.
I think you're so out of pocket for that, in my opinion. I'm just not on the Caleb Williams hype. I'm gonna be honest. I think the guy's gonna be a bust.
What?
I do. I'm not a fan of the guy. Did he play last night? I didn't even watch the game. So
he didn't play.
Okay. I'd be curious. I'm excited to watch him play, and I hope he proves me wrong, bro. I hope all these guys are the next damn Aaron Rodgers, but I don't see it. I tell you that you are right, though, that last night we watched a team that's going to make the playoffs, and that is the Houston Texans. Them boys some dogs. Cam Akers back. He's healthy. He's going to have a phenomenal year. Him and Damon Pierce are going to be a 1-2 punch with C.J. Stroud. I completely just dodged your question because I don't care about the Bears. I don't. They've not been relevant in years, and they're not relevant with Caleb Williams.
Dude, if we turned the clock back and we were allowed to do, summer out-of-pocket episodes last year, then I would be telling you the same thing you just said about the Bears, people said about the Houston Texans, including me. I didn't think the Texans were going to make the playoffs, but Caleb Williams changes things, Jackson.
Absolutely. I've been a Caleb Williams guy from the go. He took out Spencer Rattler in Oklahoma. After that, I said to a group of people, and I'm not even sure if I tweeted it or not, so I don't have proof, but I did say at that time, I said this is the best quarterback in the league, and he's going to win the Heisman Trophy. He goes on to win the Heisman Trophy. I get it, man. He's polarizing. He's got a bunch of haters. He paints his nails, and people don't like that. I'm all for it. I'm all for creativity. I'm all for someone coming out and showing themselves and their true character. Caleb Williams is good. He's talented. His arm is unbelievable. My closest comp isn't the Patrick Mahomes that people have said he can be. I think he's closer to Drew Brees. I think he's closer to that level of player. Coming out of Purdue, he reminds me of him coming out of the backfield. Drew Brees could move back when he was with the Chargers. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something very similar with Caleb Williams. Now, going forward, he's got some talent around him. I'm not exactly sure how that O-line looks. I've got to do more research on that. But in the backfield and to his skill position players, I think are talented, and that defense is good enough. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a wild card Bears team, or unfortunately, the Lions are still going to be darn good, dude. The Lions are still going to be good. So a wild card, I wouldn't be surprised. And you still got to go through Jordan Love and those Packers, and the Packers, I think, are building something quick.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to be honest. I think the division is going to be too hard for them. I think the Packers are just going to build on their success last year, and the Lions are still going to be phenomenal. As a Jared Goff fan, love the Lions, so I'm excited for it.
I like the Lions, but could they be dealing with, hey, we know who you are now. Like Detroit used to be the underdogs, and now everybody's like, okay, we're playing the Lions. We got to keep them on our radar. Jackson, no?
That's not how the professional football league works. If you're talking about college football, yeah, I can catch it. But I think in the professional football league, dude, you're going – the second they see you, they're figuring you out. They're starting – and they've got a year's worth of tape on them now. But it's not like they did anything like radically different than they did the year before with Ben Johnson. I think Ben Johnson and I think that O-line they are so talented. I'm not a golf guy. I think golf is not really all that. That's where Austin and I could disagree. But their skill positions, they've got 2 elite running back. They've got some talent, dude. So I am all for the Lions coming in with a strong stride as they did towards the end of the season last year. And again, the division's going to be tough. The Vikings could be anywhere. I don't know who they're going to start at quarterback. I think offensively they can figure it out maybe with Sam Darnold. I've always been kind of like a Sam Darnold guy. I think he's okay. Fine. I think you figure it out under a good situation. I even think if you went to the 49ers, they'd win 12 games. Like, that's how, I think he's
Game manager.
Game manager. I think he's fine. My big point is that division is difficult. I don't expect the Lions to go anywhere. I don't expect Jordan Love to go anywhere in those Packers. And I imagine Caleb Williams is going to have a tough few weeks to begin the season. But that kid's talented, man. He's extremely talented, like a true talent to me. And I think he has a chance to transcend that team.
And see, he's got the arm and the talent, and I don't disagree with that when it comes to Caleb Williams. My issue with him is he's soft as damn butter. And when he faces this adversity in the NFL, he seems to not handle the adversity and the noise very well, in my opinion.
I think the noise and the adversity was more at USC than it was. I mean, he's playing in front of 80,000 people. Now he's going to go play in front of 50,000. So I don't think the noise is going to be a problem. My biggest thing is, and I don't think he's soft as butter either. I think we're watching we've seen him be emotional. It's been as a team aspect. It's him losing games. Like he's putting his all out there. And unfortunately, that USC roster was just not good enough. Their defense was just not good enough. That O-line wasn't good enough. That's what I see. He lost Jordan Addison. He lost his players going into the next year. And that's what it looked like. That's what a 7-5 team looks like in the Big Ten now. They were the Pac-12 then. I think we're looking at a guy who's going to come in, who's going to do for the first 4 or 5 weeks, and he's going to turn it on, and we're all going to see, oh, that's why he was number one and not Drake May or not Jaden Daniels. That's why he's different than the rest of them.
And the disrespect towards Caleb with Jaden Daniels hype and Drake May hype for sure. Like, we're going to watch Drake May with the Patriots, and we're going to laugh. Like, we're going to laugh. And we're going to watch Caleb Williams with Chicago, and, I mean, I just think my jaws are going to drop on the floor with how he does. And it helps that they have rebuilt that team. Like Keenan Allen used to be the number one option for Justin Herbert, and now he's a third option for Caleb Williams. And that is a significant difference when you look at the talent that the Bears have done surrounding Caleb Williams.
Should it be a third option? Just hot take there. He should be like the last option. He's got no legs, guys. He's got no legs.
He'll get hurt. Fair. He'll get hurt week 4, like he always does.
And he is slower than the 4.7 40 time he ran when he came out. He runs a 5.1, guys. Let's move him. Let's move him somewhere else. And honestly, where we're moving him is retirement home. Let's put him in a home.
I don't know where my bias is coming in, podcast Smitty, but you're out of pocket for that one. And yeah, that you may host quick hits, but I won't I won't hold back any punches for you. All right. So that wraps up our Out of Pocket episode for today. Just want to let you guys know Out of Pocket will be back on Monday exclusively on the Boom Broadcasting YouTube channel. But Boom Broadcasting is not done with content this week. We'll have the Nightcap Mouth Off with Mike host tonight, immediately following SmackDown. There's a couple title matches on tonight before SummerSlam tomorrow, where he'll also be doing a nightcap as well. A reminder about the College Football Game Day 25 giveaway right here. 500 subscribers, and I'm hoping to win my online dynasty leagues.
Michael, I got something to say about that, man. I've heard through the Twitter birds that you're a little rat at college football online. You're a screen option, all the cheese. You're a big cheese guy, is what I've been told. So,
where are you hearing that from?
Just a little birdie across the street told me. You big cheese guy. You no skill involved. Whatever the game's broken, you're hitting it. All the spin moves. That's all I've been told. I don't know.
Wow.
Jackson, you better watch out if you play him, man. He's every other play is a screen.
Yeah, dude. I've played him in Madden before, dude. All I know is he sucks. That's what I know. So I'm not really worried about. I'm not worried about the cheese or the spin move. I know what Michael Davis is, and that's bad at video games, dude. So let's be
Wow. Jackson, you keep running your mouth. We're going to do one of these live streams. And I'll kick your
brother.
tail.
Bring it on. I've got all the streaming equipment. I got the Elgato. I could do the face cam stream. I'm telling you right now, Michael, we can put anything on it, brother. Anything on it, and I would guarantee a victory. You're just not going to win, dude. It's not even going to be fun.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
Yeah, you're just not, bud. You're just not.
Where'd you set the line at last time you were on?
Probably in the 40s or low 50s. I'd probably say it depends. Obviously, it depends on the quarter length, right? So if we're playing, I like to play in franchise I have a dynasty 7 minutes. If we're playing 3-minute quarters, I'd set it probably around 35.
3-minute quarters. You think you can put up?
You're not going to pass them. If you run the ball the entire time, then yeah, okay, fine. It won't be 35. But if you start passing and you're trying to actively win and not playing for the spread,
we need to get Jackson to play Trent, Michael. Trent will give anybody work. That's the best fucking that's the best Madden college football player football game guy I've ever played.
Trent versus Jackson.
Trent
I want first crack at Jackson.
You go ahead.
Trent would smoke.
I'm ready. Okay, but we'll if you guys want to play it and you don't have it, subscribe, get you in the giveaway. Share if you already have, because the quicker we get to 500, quicker we can go ahead and give this game away and just show love for all your support here in the first month and 2 days of the Boom Broadcasting YouTube channel. But Outta Pocket will be back on Monday. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Jackson. Thank you to the people in the comments as well. Excited for it. And yes, guys, we will see you back here for Outta Pocket on Monday.
See you guys.